Oh, hey guys, I am back with another banger on top of another banger, guys. If you are new to the family, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, without wasting anybody's time, today we're going to be continuing with what? With binaries on the subtraction side. So, before we can do the examples, let us discuss what the rules. Okay, the rules that we have four rules, which is what? 0 minus 0 gives us 0, and then 1 minus 0 it is 1, and then 0 minus 1 it is not possible, which means you're going to do what? You're going to borrow a 1. Okay, so I live in a township. This borrow when you when you borrow a sugar, here it is allowed. Yabo. So the last rule says what? 1 minus 1 is equivalent to what? It is equals to 0. You get it? So now let's do what? The first example. What does the first example say? It say 1001 minus 101. So okay, let's do it here. So since there is no number here, we'll assume that here there is a what? There is a 0. You get it? So you'll say what? 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is going to equal to what? To 0. 0 minus 0 is going to give us what? 0. And then 1 minus 1 is going to give us 0. And then 1 minus 0 is going to give us what? A 1. And then our answer will be what? Will be 1002. Yeah, but don't forget these two guys. Okay, so now we are moving on to what? To the second example. Okay, on the second example, they say subtract this from that. Okay, so yeah, let's do it then. 1 minus 0, it is what? It is 1. And then 0 minus 1. Remember, guys, this is not what? Possible. You're going to borrow a 1. Look at this. So, when you try to borrow a 1 here, it is also a 0. So, you'll go, if it's not a 1, it's also a 0. You move on to the what? You move on to the next digit. If it is also a 0 here, you move on to what? To the next digit. Okay, on this digit, I can borrow a 1. If I borrow a 1 here, I'll be left with what? I'll be left with a 0. And therefore, we'll have two ones here. We're going to have two ones here. And therefore, look at what I'm about to do. I'm going to do what? I'm going to borrow a 1 here. And then I'll be left with what? With a 2. Then I'm going to also borrow a 1 there. And then I'll be left with what? With a 2. So this is how they approach these questions. Ne? Yeah, this is how they approach these questions. I'll look further on why they use two ones. You get it? And then after borrowing, you'll be left with 0, 0, right? Okay, then when you say 1, okay, 1, 1 minus this one, you'll get a what? You will get a 1. It's like you are saying 2 minus 1 for you to get it. For you to get it for exam tomorrow. This thing here, it's like a 2. If you want to utilize it, you'll say what? 2 minus 1. You get it? And therefore, you will move on to what? To the next column. Well, say what? 1 minus 0 minus 0. Then you'll get what? You'll get a 1. And then you'll say what here? I get we're left with a 1 here. We'll say what? 1 minus 1 is going to give you what? A 0. And then here 0 minus 0 is going to give you a 0. Then 1 minus 1 is going to give you what? A 0. And therefore you'll write your answer 0,001112. You get it, guys? Okay, guys, then let's do the last example whereby we're going to be doing what? Subtracting three numbers. Okay, so this is the last example. So this is what? This is the last example. So look at on the last example. When you say what? One, okay, 1 minus what? 0, you get what? A 1. And then 1 minus a 0, you'll get what? You'll get a 1. And then 1 minus 1, you'll get a 0. 0 minus 0, you'll get a 0. And then 1 minus 0, you'll get a what? You'll get a 1. And then 1 minus 1, you'll get a 0. Then we'll say what? 1 minus 1, it is a 0. And then 0 minus 0, it is 0. Therefore, your answer will be what? 0, 0, 0, 1. And therefore, guys, that's how the cookie crumbles. Okay, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Danko.